Hey man, look, I just want the fad of oversized jerseys to come back. That's what I want. I just want. I just
really want the thugonomic shit.
XXL. I want to get my XXL Sam Darnold jersey with my blue jeans and my Timbs.
With your Jinkos.
Yep.
And you already got the backwards hat, so you good.
And my gold chain, and it's just I'm set.
That's what I'm saying.
Get
Thugonomics John Cena, bro.
Get a silver necklace with the spinner. Oh yeah,
that's it.
That's what I said. The chain link with the padlock, bro.
The padlock. Who the hell did he think he was?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, why the WWE is crazy. Like, why did they think that this was okay?
Bro, we let John Cena get away with this for years.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 55 of the Sorry Toby Sports Pod. We're here in Regrown Recordings as always, and I have my guys with me. To my left, just on his damn phone, Justin Thomas. Oh my God. And to my right, the vice president of the Knicks, Mr. Worldwide West himself.
Gang. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a safe week. Woof, God, fucked up right now for many reasons, but let's get into it.
Yeah, and what do y'all want to talk about first?
I'm gonna just get off my chest, man. All right, I got some things I want to say, bro. First off, fuck the Sixers. And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why. Because these niggas had not one, but two first-round picks back-to-back. Number one overall picks back-to-back. And these niggas haven't won shit. Like, it's like they get all of this talent for what? And the Knicks, man. And don't even get me started with my franchise because it's just disappointing. Like, it just seems like every week it's something else. Whether it's Spike Lee, whether it's the draft pick, whether it's something to do with Black Lives Matter, we just always fucking up. And I'm tired of it, yo. Like, how is it that we've been this shitty for this long? And in the draft where it seems to be pretty good, we get the number 8 pick. Yeah. In a draft with Ja Morant and Zion Williamson, we get the number 3 pick. And we get RJ Barrett. Who's not bad, by the way, but when you compare it to Ja Morant and Zion Williamson, it's just not fair. Like, why? I just want to know why. What have the Knicks done to become this dysfunctional of a franchise? Like the 8th pick? Don't get me wrong. Because we still in the top 10. We can still grab somebody who's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But
you needed a top 5.
A top 5 at least. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't even know what to say because even when we draft high, we either trade them away or there's somebody else that we skip over that was better. You know what I'm saying? The last year that we had the 7th pick, we had to give that to the Nuggets, who ended up being Jamal Murray. The year after that, we draft Kristaps Porzingis and we trade him to the Mavericks.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying? Again, we draft Frank Ntilikina. Donovan Mitchell gets drafted 5 picks later.
You traded for the guy you could have drafted too.
It's just disheartening. And this draft lottery shit, it's just like, why does Golden State get the... I know it's by chance, but come on, yo. Why does Golden State get the number 2 pick?
They're supposed to rig that shit for the Knicks last year, just like they did with Patrick Ewing.
And it seemed like they rigged it this year, but not in our favor. And I'm just sick of it. You know what I'm saying? But whoever we get, hopefully these niggas fucking do something because I'm just about tired of it, man.
Oh man, it's okay. Can I offer you a little bit of a relief?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I will say, as funny as it is that the Knicks got the 8th pick, it's not the worst thing in the world. Not winning the lottery this year wasn't the worst thing, only because of the uncertainty around the draft. I think it's at least going into the NCAA tournament, just being around college basketball as much as I had been working at CBS, it felt like and then a lot of people were saying it's a very top-heavy draft, where it's like nobody kind of knows anything outside of maybe the top 8 picks, and even then it's still kind of a crapshoot. You know, you have your James Weissman, Obi Toppin, you know, you guys like that. But you kind of needed. Yes.
Nah, go ahead.
Were you laughing at Obi Toppin?
No. I'm laughing because like we could have, if we got a top 5 pick, I would have been happy. But
Yeah,
They could have got one of those guys.
yeah.
but I think I mean personally I think Obi's gonna fall. I don't want him to, but I think he could fall at the top 5.
If y'all
Shit,
he
I
falls
hope
to
so.
the Knicks,
I hope so.
I think he's probably like to me watching him play at Dayton, he almost feels like a reincarnation of like a mix between Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. His jump shot needs to get a little bit better, but he has the body
And
and
he's
the
mobile
tools.
as fuck.
Exactly.
He's mobile as fuck. I like
Um,
Obi Toppin.
So the Warriors, I think, will probably trade that second overall pick.
Yeah.
They don't need it. I mean, the only reason why they're a
should
lottery
trade
team
back.
this year is because literally their 2 best players were hurt, and it's just Draymond and a bunch of scrubs. Retool, they're going to be fine. They'll probably trade to go back down or trade to get a big man. Who knows what the Timberwolves will do with that number 1 pick? Maybe they trade that away because they probably want to figure out a way to bring in their big 3 because they already got Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. You know, and the rumors are they trying to get
That's
Book.
big 3.
Hey man, look, it is what it is.
They can't even consider them a duo in this league, bro.
Hey,
You want to talk about a
Going.
big 3? A mid 3.
so it's
Over
not.
under them winning 35 games.
I give him over 35 games in a full season.
in a
In a
82
full
game
season, wait, Book, Carl Townsend.
No, I'm talking about because the Suns aren't giving.
Oh, I
him
thought you. Oh,
up. Suns
okay.
aren't giving him up.
I thought you were talking like
No, I
the
said
3
as
of
a
them.
duo.
Oh, as a
You know how
duo,
the league's supposed to be full of duos.
they could get.
They're not in that.
They
duo
could get
category,
35
dog.
wins.
They're not in that.
They can't get 35 wins.
35 wins in the West. Is,
I trust Flip
is not-
Saunders
is-
to get me 35 wins
35 wins
with Carl
in a-
Townsend.
in a but,
D'Angelo?
Okay,
Yeah.
but 35 wins in the West is not.
And who else?
We're not talking about the 35 in the West.
And who
He
else?
just said 35
Who
wins.
else?
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying, but
So you got
what-
Cat and D'Lo, right?
If you
else?
But
if you handle business
hold
in the
on.
East, that's
Let's-
at least what? That's at least. I'm doing math
Hey,
wrong.
Minnesota's
Like
West.
I'm saying you have to play the East twice.
Yeah, you gotta play the East twice.
So
but I'm
if
saying-
you
yeah.
can if you can dog the East, right? That's at least 16 wins right there. At least
You
you
gotta
can't.
realize everything for the Timberwolves is a big if.
Everything in life is a big if.
Big if, especially for them.
The that's the thing with the Timberwolves. I would give them either 36 wins or 34 wins. Like they would come mad close, but they still wouldn't make the playoffs. They have a mid. All right, stay on track. Go ahead.
Anyway, what I digress. What I'm saying is, it's not. It shouldn't be all doom and gloom. Yes, it's funny. Like the Knicks didn't win the lottery this year, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And I would say I would trust since it's under new management. But I mean, this is your team, so you have as much faith as you can. Under new management, the hope is that you either draft smartly or use these draft picks to bring in somebody. I don't know. I personally would just use the draft pick, but it is what it is. You guys will be fine. I need the Knicks to be good because if the Knicks are good and the Nets are good, but the Nets are still better than the Knicks, it makes me happy. Knicks being trash and the Nets being good is great and all, but it's like it's not as much fun. It's like when the Mets are trash and the Yankees are just dogging. Like, no, it's the city's better when multiple teams are good at the same time.
And this weekend there were no baseball teams that were good.
Thanks, Mets.
Right
Out here doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
How you catch Corona?
Apparently, what they're saying is that they might have been false positives, though. That's what
Because
they're
two
saying.
staff members got it, but no one else got it. So I don't know.
Whatever.
Boo.
You know how this should go. But
It just would have been nice to have baseball
It
this
would've
weekend.
been. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It
Just
is.
saying,
What
I
it is.
mean,
Sorry.
it makes sense. They went to this. Wasn't that the first home series in Miami since they had their positive tests? When the when the Mets went down there last week.
I think so. I don't fucking know.
So I don't know why they decided to do home games back in Miami, but it is what it is. So now we're here
We're here.
talking about basketball. So let's stop talking about teams that are outside the bubble, outside the club looking in, right? Let's talk about the teams inside the bubble, inside the club, in the VIP section.
Yeah, let's talk about the teams that are still in the bubble. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a jab because the Nets got swept this weekend?
I mean, well, you said teams that were in the bubble.
I wasn't even gonna bring them up. I wasn't gonna bring them up. I wasn't gonna say nothing. That was probably the only series that people were like, "All right, there's no storyline here because the Raptors should win," which they should. I mean,
That one and the Bucks series.
I
That's
want-
why the Bucks played the first game every single day because they know no one was gonna watch it.
No, it was us. We played.
You guys play on opposite days. you guys play the days the Mavs play,
Yeah.
and the Bucks
Oh,
play
you're
the
saying-
day the
okay,
Lakers
yeah.
play. So
Yeah,
the
they
Bucks
did.
had that 1 o'clock game every day because no
Yeah.
one cared about that game.
Same with
and
us.
you guys
We had the 1
no,
o'clock
you
game.
had the middle slot. The
had-
first game was usually the Jazz.
We had the first game of the playoffs was the Jazz. Then the next game was us. Our game 2 was at 1. Our game 3 was at 1, and the series ending game was 6:30.
Yeah, I think they did that because Sunday should be weird.
Yeah,
the
but
Mavs
that
game was at
6:30
3.
slot is kind of like trash too.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
have
that
the,
in between.
Yeah, because people really care about the 3 o'clock on ABC and then the 9 o'clock on TNT.
Yeah,
So-
that 6 o'clock. The 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's like the
On
when
a
they would put
Sunday,
the-
like ew.
That's like a
Especially after the Mavs game, no-
A
nothing
Pacers,
else matters.
even though the Pacers Heat series, I feel like was pretty decent, even though the Pacers got swept.
Yeah,
it's
they
like
did.
that's like a Pacers like.
Yes.
Heat
Look at it.
series.
Oladipo come to us.
Like I said, we can start with them that series since that's
Hey
yeah,
man,
swept.
this is like
I feel like there's not much of a storyline there either. It's
there
just like-
isn't, but the storyline is the only team. This is how it's gonna be to win in the East. It's either gonna be a team with Giannis or a team that can match up with Giannis. The only teams that have people that can match up with Giannis are the Raptors and the Heat. So it's either Bucks, Raptors, and Heat coming out of the East. That's it.
no shot for the Celtics.
No. No shot for
Like
the Celtics.
zero shot.
Zero shot for the Celtics.
I wouldn't give him a 0. I mean, I hate the Celtics as much as the next guy. but
Zero
I-
shot for the Celtics.
I give him like a
The Celtics coming out the East.
19% chance.
I
No
feel
chance.
like
No
it's,
chance.
it's possible. Why is it? Why?
I don't wanna say
they
it's
don't got
imp-
no. They don't got no big, or they don't got nobody. to guard
They don't
Giannis.
have no
They have
bigs,
no one to guard Giannis. They have no one to guard Siakam. They have no one to guard.
but their
No,
3-point
not even-
shooting has
like,
been
and-
really good in the bubble.
Bro, they're not beating any of
But
them.
what-
okay,
but I'm
so
saying
all
they-
right, so
they-
then let's say the team that I feel like on paper that they would match up the best against would be the Heat. Is their 3-point shooting better than the Heat's 3-point shooting?
I would argue, yeah.
Oof.
I would argue. I would argue, yeah.
If Duncan Robinson isn't hitting his shot, yeah.
I
But
would
it's
say
not just Duncan.
on a consistent basis, would I take the first? Like I don't. I really think the Celtics has been like
Jaylen Brown has been
Yeah,
lights
bro.
out from 3.
like
and
they have been. I don't know what it. I don't know what it is. Whether it's like the dark shit that Dame was talking about, but that's a whole other conversation. But like, yeah, the Celtics have been fucking lights out. I know the Heat have been shooting well from 3 too, very well, but
don't get me wrong. I don't think the Celtics are coming out of the East.
I don't think it's impossible.
But I wouldn't give them a. I would say they have a shot. Everybody has a shot.
In the East, everybody has a shot.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
Is this? I feel like this is just a little bit more just like Paul Pierce slander sleeping in there.
Nah.
It's just some residue. But no, I someone made a good point that Nate McMillan is the Marvin Lewis of NBA coaches, and I don't
Damn.
disagree.
That's tough.
Which sucks because I think we all agree he's a very good coach, but he never has, I guess, the pieces or the horses around him,
A healthy Oladipo does make this somewhat different, but I still don't take
and
him
a
away.
healthy Sabonis.
Yeah.
I think
I'm about to say,
Sabonis.
not having Sabonis in the series
Not
is
saying
a
that
kicker.
the Pacers win because Sabonis was there,
But it's a series.
But it's not a sweep.
Yeah, it's definitely not a
It's not
sweep.
a sweep.
That's probably a six game series that could go either way. Realistically.
But no, like I've said this at the beginning of the playoffs. It's the Heat is going to be won by the Bucks, the Raptors, or the Heat, like the East. That's it.
The Heat.
Because I heard you say the Heat is going to be
The
won by him.
East.
The East will be won
No,
by the
that's
Bucks,
fine.
Raptors, the Heat.
Yeah, no,
like
okay.
that's it.
That's
That's the
fair.
way I see it, and I've said it since the beginning. My dark horse team is the Heat. If they somehow manage to pull it out, it would be amazing. I'd love to see it. But that's it. It has to be. It's like the East is just so like it's Giannis's conference to lose. So
It
it's
is.
either
No, it is.
it's
I agree.
either Giannis wins or a team that can match up with him wins.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
it.
especially because the Raptors now are dealing with some injury issues to one Kyle Lowry.
At least they have a little extra time.
They got. I'm about to say
Yeah,
yeah.
to
They got.
recover.
Well, what did they
Oh,
say
yeah,
when
2 days.
when the semifinal? No.
Starts on Thursday.
Starts on Thursday.
Yeah, because the NBA got to get this. They got to end by a certain time.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. So they're gonna start the semis when like games are still going on potentially.
yes.
Wow.
That's
I think,
so
but it's
deep.
only the like because
Because I was like, they can't start until everyone's done.
the
No.
longest
Well,
series,
Dallas in the
has
Nuggets.
potential to go to Friday.
but it's all West. There's no series in the East that's gonna go 7
Oh,
games.
so because the East is that
I don't
makes
think- but
sense.
then that
and
gives
I
the
guess
Eastern
because the
team-
two series that's done is the teams that are playing against each other.
I mean, it's like either way. If I sweep and your series goes 7, I'm always gonna have an advantage because it took you 3
No,
more
but I'm saying
days.
East versus West. So that gives the East the potential to finish significantly before the West.
But it's the same situation. If it's an Eastern Conference, conference finals, right? And let's say it's Bucks and Celtics, and the Bucks sweep. But let's say it's the Mavs and the Lakers, and the Mavs win in 7. The Bucks have already been off for like 5 days already while you guys are still playing. So there's always going to be a disadvantage in some sort of way. But I think it's the NBA just trying to like get these games like, yo, we can't,
They don't got time to wait.
they don't have
quick
time to
turnaround
waste.
makes a
And by the time
huge
that
difference, man.
game 1 is, because game 5, right? For the Mavs is tonight. So that means game 6 would be on Thursday. And then game 7 potentially on Saturday.
Yeah.
So even realistically, the East would have only played 1 game, or in 2 games, possibly 2. So
that makes sense. I mean, it could fuck shit up later on, depending on like how many, like say like, all right, whatever. I'm getting too deep into this. It's not even really worth a conversation. But okay, all right, that makes sense.
All right. So, but keeping it in the East, that Celtics, right? Aside from the Celtics, right? I think the bigger question, the bigger story here.
Oh, the Sixers
is
a whole conversation. But I already said,
bro, I just think it's funny because we've had this conversation like so many times throughout this podcast. Like literally, Howard Beck tweeted this thing from Bleacher Report where he was like, they're built so well on paper, da da da. And then I was like,
Howard Beck said that?
It was a Bleacher Report thing. They just had him tagged in it because he's.
Oh, of course, Bleacher Report said that because Bleacher Report sucks. They don't know basketball.
But anyway, they were just talking. But they're why does the team built so well on paper? Like, why can't they win? And I'm like, I remember replying to it and be like, I'd like to dispute this claim. And I was like, i.e., like our episode called Tall Rondo. Like we've talked about it so much on this podcast about how as much as we like to say the Sixers are built great, they were built great last year. This year, not so much.
They're not.
And again, like, and now Elton Brand's like, no, we're not going to trade them. Bro, they can't fit together. They can't.
It's either they can't fit together or they have to retool this team to kind of look like how it looked last year.
Elton Brand already said that he's not getting rid of either. Well, we don't really know what that means. But I mean, first off, time out. Did y'all know that Brett Brown was a Sixers coach for 7 years?
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
7 years is a long time.
Our whole college
7 years,
experience. I was there I guess because you guys came in. I was there the first year he was hired. Mm-hmm. So my entire college career was basically the Sixers process.
Wow.
Yeah.
That failed.
All right. Yep. Yes and no.
I say it failed, bro.
Well, all right. Here's
the Eastern's Conference Finals doesn't come out of it.
Well, here's why I say yes and no, right? The initial process, right, which was created, Sam Hinkie, the mastermind behind it. The process was to build...
mastermind. I'm cringing so hard right now.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
The process was to build a team through the lottery, right? Mm-hmm. And the hope was to hit on multiple lives. So you get the lottery, you hit, right? Essentially,
that worked.
Essentially, they hit, right? Mm-hmm. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, right?
Sarich.
But it specifically just like a top 4 pick, right? There were some misses, right? Jaleel Okafor, Nerlens Noel. Mm-hmm. But you still had Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons.
Yes, 3 centers.
Oh, and Markelle Fultz I would say, is another miss.
Yeah. But Markelle Fultz wasn't Sam Hinkie.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't.
So, all right, so here's where the process like splits in half, right?
Right.
Sam Hinkie's process was going along fine. The Sixers decided to bring in Colangelo and that other guy, and they spun the process in a totally different direction.
And to win now.
As opposed to Hinkie, which was like, no, this is a process. We are building this team like year by year until we have all the pieces, and then we contend. But Colangelo saw it as, we got 2 lottery picks right now. They're good. Come on in, free agents, blah, blah. And you saw it. They overachieved with that 50-win year when they lost to the Celtics, and Brett Brown got outcoached significantly. But we gave him a pass because first playoff experience, last 4 years, all he had to do was tank, right? Mm-hmm. Second year.
Wasn't somebody hurt that series too? This is 2017.
This is 2017, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody was hurt. I could be wrong.
On the Sixers?
No. Go ahead.
Maybe Ben? I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
But so the next year, right? What do? They bring in the Jimmy Butlers and the Tobias Harris, right? And at the time, we're thinking, Elton Brand just did something really good here. Brought in Tobias, a proven scorer. Brought in Jimmy Butler, a dog, defensive stopper.
That was the year to win.
They had J.J. Redick coming off the bench shooting threes like crazy. They had T.J. McConnell, a solid backup point guard for the specific reason because Ben Simmons needed a break. You needed somebody to run the offense actually, right? Great. What happens? They lose at the buzzer to Kawhi. And what do the Sixers do? Like, oh, we're right there. We were just a shot away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's bring it back, but let's not bring it back the way it was. Let's totally do something different.
They were like, you know what we need? Al Horford.
We need that dude from the Dominican Republic. That guy, the guy that was stopping, that was basically the Joel Embiid stopper for the Celtics. Let's get him on our team because if he's on our team, he can't stop JoJo. All right, but in the process, wait a second. So that means Jimmy has to walk. Hey, casualties of war. No, I don't think it works like that. Wait, J.J. Redick's leaving for the minimum to New Orleans? What's going on here? Oh, no, don't worry. We brought in Josh Richardson. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Lost Covington, lost Saric already, right? To bring in Jimmy Butler, who now leaves. So you just lost 3 people that were really, really key to your team.
For Josh Richardson.
And Al Horford. You're paying what, 150
Way
mil?
too much money. I think it's a 3-year deal.
3-year deal, right? You gave Tobias Harris basically the max. Mm-hmm. So between those 2 guys, you had about $300 million tied up. You really thought, and then looking at the bench, it's garbage, right? You thought this team could compete? Absolutely not.
Shout out Shake Milton.
Shout out Shake. You rest your hopes and laurels on Shake Milton, a guy that only got the national media attention because he had that 37-point game against the Clippers on Sunday, like on a Sunday primetime game, right?
Disgusting.
But this team was built well. Are you kidding me?
Where?
Where's the shooting at? Josh Richardson's supposed to be your 3-point shooter? Come on. So that's why I'm saying I don't think the original process didn't fail. I think whoever took over the process is the one that failed him.
I get that.
Okay.
That's a pretty fair argument.
All right.
I
will say, all right, so real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
T.J. McConnell, I saw him drop a triple-double in real life against who? The New York Knicks at the Wells Fargo. Fun fact.
Hit a game winner.
Didn't hit a game winner, but I saw him have his first career triple-double, which is mad fucking random, but
it's funny because he's the same size as Tyler. So that's my guy, though.
Shout out Tyler.
Why you got to pour salt in the wound, man?
Shout out my guy Tyler.
Nah. But honestly, so that somebody got to be held accountable, whether it's fucking Toronto. I wouldn't honestly. The thing is, him being hurt and Embiid being hurt as much as they were, I don't think had so much of a significant impact. I thought somebody was hurt during that series. Nobody was hurt.
They don't have as much wear and tear if you build your team better.
Right. But also, Ben Simmons was hurt this postseason, which I feel like played a role in whether or not they got swept, but I still think they would have lost.
Yes.
Agreed.
But Brett Brown, I feel like, has been the main problem here because I don't... Something to me, like one thing to me just doesn't make sense, right? They get to the point of where they have all of these, they basically have a super team. Like, and it's not gonna go down and regarded as a super team.
Last year?
But yeah,
absolutely.
But I would say that you talk about on paper, they had the best team in the NBA. I would say like outside of Golden State because whatever.
I agree.
And we talked about it so much. I think this is where coaching, and this is why Nick Nurse. He just win.
Yeah,
the
shout out
coach,
to Nick Nurse.
He just won coach of the year again, and we're starting to see why coaching has so much of an impact during the postseason. Because if you think about it, like there's no way that that you have Jimmy Butler, like you named all the people, and they just underperform. I mean, granted, that series that they did lose to was by the eventual champions, but they had it in them to beat that team. They were the closest ones to actually beating the Raptors.
If it wasn't for literally a lucky bounce, who knows what happens in overtime? Maybe the Sixers pull it out.
Yep, exactly. And I mean,
maybe they finally accept Jimmy as the leader.
Right. And I think that's the other thing is that like you got these young dudes in Embiid and Ben Simmons on the team, and then you bring in veterans like Jimmy Butler on the team. He's Jimmy. Like we should, and on John's Hall of Fame, but like as a coach, you bring in a player like that, you gotta like let niggas know who the big blood is basically. And I was even reading the Bleacher Report article, whatever. Say what y'all want about them. I fuck with Bleacher Report.
I do too.
But they was basically saying that, like, yo, Brett Brown is scared of confrontation. You can't be a head coach in the NBA and you're afraid to talk to people.
Yeah, you can't teach a team, like, coach a team of stars and not be able to call them out.
Yeah, right. And I feel like that, you know, under normal circumstances, you'd be out of there in a year or two, but 7 years.
Yeah, I can't realize
What's that?
And that's Hinkie and Colangelo.
That just reminded me. I think you might have been this article, but there's or it might have been you who was talking about this idea of like him and Kenny and how it might just be like there might be a thing of coaches for just specific time periods for a team, like those specific developmental coaches where you're like, okay, I'm gonna need your help getting to this point, but once we're here, I know you're not the guy for the job.
Yes, and
you make the Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr argument.
He could.
Even though there's definitely some other things that play for Mark Jackson getting fired.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But I think the Kenny Atkins thing is
Kenny Atkinson is
definitely
a great example.
Where it's like and it's that thing. It's developmental coaches where it's like you need that when you're trying to shape a young team. But if the coach doesn't develop with the team, if the coach doesn't get to the point where he's like, yo, like y'all need to respect me and respect my decisions, then. You know, it's the same thing that you got to think that happened with Popovich. Where Popovich was like, the only reason this happened when I was a young coach was because my stars were willing to take that from me. My stars were willing to let me berate them in front of everyone and let me establish myself so that when we started winning, like you're not going to question me anymore.
And that's why I think Jimmy had success with Thibodeau, and why it didn't work out in Minnesota is because Thibodeau could coach Jimmy hard, and Jimmy's going to respect it because, you know, that's just the type of dude Thibodeau is, right? But then he sees Karl-Anthony Towns and Wiggins out here not really responding to it, and he's like, yo, like, what y'all doing? Like, you should listen to this man. He's gone to the Eastern Conference Finals before. He's gotten playoff teams. And I think when Jimmy came to Philly, maybe that was the case, that Brett Brown was always the authoritative voice because it was always such a young team. And that, you know, you just have to listen to your coach. Now you bring in somebody that has years of experience in the league, a proven star in the league, multi-time all-star, you know, and it's like, yo, and if he doesn't feel like you're doing something right, he's going to talk back and let you know about it.
Which is why I feel like the Heat was a perfect situation for Jimmy to go to, because you got, outside of like Bam, Tyler Hero, and a few others, like they're not like a super duper young team. I don't think.
No, the guy
Iguodala,
Kelly Olynyk.
They traded for Iguodala. When he signed, they were young.
Are you saying when he signed?
Well, I'm talking
when
about
Jimmy signed, they were young as shit.
Nah, but still, even so, Dragic was still there, and Dragic, I feel like, I mean, you know, he's the veteran of the team, but this is like, yo, Dragic, Jimmy Butler.
They almost traded him.
Yeah.
I was like Dragic, Kelly Olynyk.
Dudes that have been in the...
Is Udonis still there?
Yes.
Udonis still? He's just on the bench, just chilling still?
My son collecting the check.
Yeah, buddy. Hey.
But you got the right... All right, but basically what I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like that's a good situation because it's just like them niggas, like, they respected him. And then you got Spoelstra, who... Spoelstra. Sorry, we got... Yes, back. But anyways, Spoelstra, who's there, who's actually a good coach. So
he's
I
a
think
good coach, and he's proven to
handle
handle
And you know
stars.
He can handle stars. He's handled LeBron for 4 years. Like,
yeah, he did handle LeBron for 4 years.
They were... Jimmy had that interview with Taylor Rooks, and if you guys didn't see, he's talking about it, and they're like, why are you having so much success in Miami? And he's like, I get to be myself. He was like, I'm in an environment where I'm going to curse someone out if they're not doing their shit. They going to curse me out if I'm not doing my shit. And we know it's business. Like, this is it. This is how we work. Like, we're going to call each other out. We're going to hold each other accountable, and this is it. And then it just goes in where you already know that shit wasn't happening in fucking Minnesota because Karl-Anthony Towns, who came into the league as some defensive center, is probably the worst defender in the league.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I don't want to get into the Timberwolves, but the Timberwolves, 35 games max.
And it probably happened in Philadelphia as well, because I don't think Joel, although we saw Joel go after Shake Milton, right? Shake Milton's not gonna really bark back. I mean, we kind of saw him bark back, but Shake Milton is nobody in the Sixers organization.
I need Joel to go after Ben Simmons. That's
exactly right. So I'm pretty. So maybe there was points where maybe Jimmy went at Joel.
Yeah.
Joel maybe backed down. Or Joel came at Butler, and Butler felt somebody when he was like, yo, you're not going to talk to me like this. Like, you know,
this is what I like to call the guy complex. This is why KD left Golden State. They're part of the reason why KD left Golden State. Because...
you think so?
I think so.
You think it was all Draymond?
I think it was mostly Draymond. I think Draymond got no reason to lie about it. Like, I feel like if that situation didn't happen, he probably would. Because what? He would have kept winning. He would have been in a great situation.
I think I stand by it before because I did call him leaving, but I think it was just about him wanting to cement his legacy and him feeling that like people look at his legacy as being tainted for being on Golden State. So the same reason why I talked about Brady leaving and wanting to win without on Belichick, it's he wanted to go and be like, I need to prove that I can lead a team that is not already a good team to a win.
And he wasn't
championship.
And he wasn't getting recognition.
Yeah.
Like, I think we can call it what it is. KD was not getting recognition, even though he was hands down the best player on Golden State every single year. He was on Golden State. It was still
on
always
Golden
Steph's
State.
team.
I still feel like the guy complex is the real thing. I think
I think
that-
it's a real thing.
it definitely
but-
is.
I think but I'm saying like in KD's situation, I feel like that's definitely mostly why. Like, I think if and it's tough to really imagine Golden State now. Like, if KD had stayed, but I do think that like Draymond, if you just even watch the interviews, it seems like some of it you can tell he's exaggerating it. Like, but I definitely think that like it got under KD's skin, which is why I feel like Popovich, like if hypothetically like he went to the Nets, like I don't think that's a good match, to be honest. But that's a whole nother conversation if you want to touch on that, JT.
We could later.
Yeah.
We could later.
Yeah, we could hop into that.
But, I guess just to wrap up the Sixers thing, I think if the Sixers don't, with Brett Brown's firing too, if the Sixers don't get swept, I don't think he's fired.
I think he's fired. I think it was his last year for it.
Now, if he pushes,
Maybe he wouldn't have got fired. Maybe he would have gotten dismissed.
dismissed.
They came to an agreement.
I think if Ben Simmons is playing, if he's healthy, right, in the
It's a
series goes
six-game
six or seven, Brett, it gives recourse for Brett Brown to stay. I think because of how poorly they played and how bad it looked in the postseason, like with them canceling practice and everything like that, and Joel Embiid basically saying like when they asked him, hey, do you think Brett's the coach for this team? And he's like, I'm not the GM. I was like, oh, he's gone. Like that, they needed any excuse. And you notice how as soon as the series ended, all the negative articles that came out about Brett Brown, which you had never seen before in the 7 years he was there, which is all pre-course to, oh yeah, he's getting fired. Because it was the same shit that happened to
Philly's like
Kenny.
New York with that
same
shit,
thing
man.
that happened to Kenny Atkinson. When Kenny got canned, they were like, yeah, KD didn't like him, Kyrie didn't like him. Like, damn.
You be hearing all this shit.
You hearing all this shit come out.
Except we
Philly's
knew
like New York with that shit.
We knew that Brett Brown was out of there though. Like once they got swept, I was like, I literally.
Oh yeah, when they got swept, I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of talking about the Sixers because to me it's just year after year of mediocrity. And the shit's not going to change until your stars do something and then your GM brings something in. So personally, I don't really want to talk about the Sixers until something actually changes.
Okay.
Like, I'm at that point where I'm like, we'll probably talk about them when they hire a new coach. But until I see actual change in that organization, I don't give a fuck. They're rolling out the same shit year after year, expecting shit to get different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
But so are you telling me that Miles is insane for being a Knicks fan every year?
I mean, Knicks fans go through a lot. But also the thing about it, is the Knicks.
A lot
listen,
is an understatement.
The Knicks have a different roster every year, so at least they're doing something different.
You're not wrong. All right, I guess that's it with the East. Because Bucks Magic. I mean, the Magic. All right, cool.
The
They
East
stole
first
one.
round of playoffs is just whatever.
Magic. It's like death taxes. Magic taking game one against the top seed. Like, but all right. I will say this about the Bucks. Chris Middleton has not looked good this playoff series.
Has not.
It's not. It's concerning. If I'm a Bucks fan, I'm concerned because Brook Lopez is the second best player on the team right now.
Yeah.
And then Pat Connaughton, the baseball player. So
Yeah, he's not the only number two.
George, Chris Middleton, and Tobias Harris.
Oh man, damn! You took my shine away. I was gonna say that.
Sorry,
wow, John.
I sent the tweet. My bad.
Yeah, but Miles was talking. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was a good thing you guys knew who those people were because I didn't know who those.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's right. You definitely did not know who those people were.
I was
bro.
like, this is probably funny if I understood it.
Yeah,
But
I was fucking cracking. That was the funniest shit. Wow. But yeah, speaking of number twos that have been underperforming.
let it out. Come on.
Bruh. This is oh my god, yo. I feel like I'm doing so much fucking talking today, son. Yo, I am utterly disgusted, appalled, and unflattered with how pathetic, pitiful, pretentious.
Come on, preacher.
Paul George has been.
Sorry.
Pandemic P.
Well, did you guys see that the one somebody called him Paddington P? Because he couldn't bear to see him play anymore.
Oh,
Nah,
no.
I'm out of here, bro.
Yo, Twitter's the greatest.
Outta here.
Twitter is
Bro.
the greatest.
Nah. Hit my shit. I need to talk. Nah, man. Yo, y'all gotta get Kawhi some help, bruh. Because this man that's sitting next to me on my left, don't let these niggas go to the semifinals, bro. Please don't.
Y'all gonna hate me.
You're gonna hate this
You
nigga.
gonna hate me.
I'm telling y'all, bro. Yo. Cause I wanna go viral, but not like that. I don't want to give the Mavericks free airtime, man. I can't do it, son.
We deserve all the airtime we get it.
Nah, but
Fuck out of here.
I ain't gonna lie though. The Great White Hope, that man is good. The white man is good.
The white boy.
Hey man.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The other day, Game 4?
Yes.
Luka was doing shit on the basketball court I never seen before, bro.
Imagine spraining your ankle that bad and then
Dog.
2 days later coming out and dropping a 40-point
Did you
triple
see
double.
his rehab thing from the time he
Yeah, the schedule
the
every
schedule?
2
I was
hours.
I was like, damn. I wish I had that type of schedule.
Yeah,
when
but
I
also the
was
Mavs do
spraying.
have one of the best training staffs in the league.
Nigga went from the MRI back to the room, cold bath, wrap it up, went to sleep, woke up, rehab, breakfast,
Worked out.
rehab, workout.
Niggas did all the way talking about he did all that shit before breakfast. Yo,
Hey.
Luka is different.
All right, listen.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen,
Y'all know my feelings going in. We've had this conversation before of it. This was supposed to be for experience. But, you know, us Mavs fans, we got a little hope because we have the most efficient offensive rating in NBA history. And, you know, my thing is, and I was one of the people too, firm believer in these Clippers being real good, you know, and they are a good team, great team. But if these are supposed to be the two best defensive wings, is motherfucking Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, where are they? Where they didn't even guard the man on the last possession. He got called out by Mark and Jeff going, if you're Kawhi Leonard, at what point do you say, I got him? What's going someone was like, Kawhi's starting to malfunction because he's giving up these game winners and not playing defense and all this shit, man.
There was a few possessions during the game where Kawhi was switched on Luka and Luka took him to the hole. I don't
Kawhi
know.
got snapped by Trey Burke.
I saw that on the baseline.
Trey, don't get me wrong, Trey's a problem, but he snapped the hell out of Kawhi.
It reminded me of AI against MJ when MJ reached.
Yeah,
and it just
top of the key shit, bro.
That's why I also love the fact that Trey plays in questions.
they said basically he's AI's son.
Bro, that's why I tried telling y'all before, bro. That's baby AI, bro.
Nah, Trey's a problem.
Yeah,
He's
we
been a
got
problem.
it's the neck tat, bro. Niggas, it's the neck tat. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway,
Bruh,
this
dog.
series is tied 2-2. And at no
As of
point, if you
Tuesday
said this, as of Tuesday, Game 5 is going to be tonight, as in the day we're recording. At no point, if you said this, would anyone be like, oh yeah, that definitely would have happened.
Wait, a game 5?
No, it being tied 2-2.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I probably would have said 3-1.
I think everyone
either.
either thought gentleman's sweep, or it would have been exactly 3-1 going in.
But bro, that's the thing. It's like, and mind you, I didn't expect the Mavericks-
Without Porzingis.
without the Zingy
Yeah, we got it.
for basically like 2.5 games.
Yeah. And we
yeah, shit.
we
Honestly,
should have won
yeah.
that first game. I think if he plays, we win that first game. But I really do feel bad for Porzingis just because you know how badly he wants to be out there. And you saw that in game 2 where he came out like, yo, I wasn't here for game 1. We should have won. And he came out and you see the effort he's putting in. You see everything he's doing. He had soreness after game 1. So I wasn't expecting him to play game 2. It was that late scratch was fucking hurts. Like the moment I found that shit out. But like when I tell you, I went out Sunday after the game. I got to Ari, picked her up. I was like, there's nothing you could say that can ruin my mood at this point. Because motherfuckers, we're down 21 points in the third quarter
John, I'm breaking up with you.
against the best defensive team in the NBA. Came back.
Ain't that the Raptors? That's the Raptors, right?
No, Raptors are 2, I think. No, Yeah.
What?
On the Raptors too?
Raptors the best defensive team. The best defensive team.
Raptors are the second best.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Clippers
Bucks.
are one.
The Bucks.
Oh,
the
right.
Bucks are the best.
But people again.
All right,
the best
in
wings.
the West. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Anyway.
Talk your shit.
Come back down 21 in the playoffs without Kristaps Porzingis to not only take a lead but win in overtime, barring a 36-point performance from Lou Williams.
You see, y'all. This is why y'all should have never gave this man the mic. Which is, and there's only one person to blame for this, and his name
PG minus 13.
rhymes with Saul.
It rhymes with Saul Morge.
Saul Morge.
My favorite. All right, you want to talk about the Luka Trez thing? Because
Oh yes.
I still don't even know what happened.
Very
okay,
much so.
it's honestly, I was telling Ari about this. I was explaining to her just because it's like the only reason they had to acknowledge this is because it's the NBA and because of everything else going on right now. Because if there weren't protests, if there wasn't other things happening, this gets brushed under the rug as traditional trash talk. So I understand where they go, oh, we're supposed to shine a light on these things, whatever. Like it was just weak to me. But that tweet after that was like, nah, what Luka's doing to them is racist because there's no reason he should be cooking them like this. But if you didn't know, basically after they got into it last week, Luka yelled at Trez for flopping, and then Trez was out here barking. And then at some point after he scored on a possession, when going back, Trez called Luka a bitch-ass white boy. And then, of course, All Lives Matter Twitter was out here like, oh, if it was the other way around, it would have been racist. And you can't do stuff like that. It's about skin color. But it's really not. Everyone knows that.
I mean, listen,
All right. Let me,
I didn't know where you was going with that. I don't know what kind of
yeah,
argument you're supposed to make for that. Please.
I
Think about how many times
I-
you heard this shit in McGonagall.
I mean, listen, think like they're not wrong, but I mean, it's just like, all right, come on, yo, it's,
All Lives Matter Twitter.
yeah, it's
I
all
I got this.
Go ahead, Justin, because
Sam,
I'm a little
Soapbox time. I don't even need the music. You hit the stop button.
He always does that shit.
All right. So basically, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. That phrase is probably uttered in a basketball game, probably like maybe 4 or 5
Every
times.
time there's a white guy playing.
4 or 5 times a game, right? This just happens to be the one time we caught it on camera, right? Thanks, NBA bubble, with all your extensive cameras. If this isn't quarantine, we probably don't even see it this camera angle.
That
right?
sideline camera is tough though.
But I digress, right? What Montrezl Harrell said, in no shape and form, is racist. That is trash talk. If you hoop, you would know that. We have a lot of friends that are white that hoop with us. I've talked with a lot of people that I hoop with that were white over the weekend. They were like, yo, this isn't even a big deal. Like, I heard that in AAU all the time. Like, the best revenge is to go out there and
fry them.
And fry them, which Luka did. Put up a 43-point triple double and hit the game winner, right? But All Lives Matter
Oscar
Twitter.
Robertson, Charles Barkley. Only people. 40,
Yeah, that was
15,
cool.
and 10.
But, you know, it's just like, yo, you trying to make this, if Luka had said it, I'm like, well, there's a long history of people that look like Luka saying that to people that look like Montrez. White boy holds absolutely zero weight in society, whereas black boy, like black men have been called boy.
Even
literally.
just boy.
Just
Yeah.
boy, right? It's a dehumanizing, it's a demasculating thing that's been attributed to black men for centuries, right? When is someone being called white boy ever damaged them?
Bro,
in
this is the
societal
same
factors?
people. This is people trying to say Karen's a slur. That's
Bro,
what it is.
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
right.
I can't believe I was literally in an argument with randos on Twitter all Saturday while I'm in AC trying
You
to.
just had a rough Saturday.
I had a rough Saturday, and I had a stomach ache.
And you-
my stomach hurt all day.
On 30 minutes of sleep.
on vacation.
On 30 minutes of sleep, it was rough, bro. Anyway,
This man just said stomach ache.
my stomach hurt.
Grown ass man.
The man said stomach.
But it's like, yo, come on. It like if this is the worst thing, if you're really gonna get offended like about this, if this is the worst thing you can get offended by, I promise you,
Priorities.
I wanna switch places with you because that's all you have to worry about is being called white boy or that Luka was called white boy, which in essence, Luka probably doesn't even give a shit about it. Probably didn't
At
even
all.
see
He
it.
didn't.
Like,
He literally was like, they're talking about Trez was like, no one told me to come up. He's like, I just came up to him after to like clear the air. And then Luka's like, I don't care. Like he's like, there's no bad blood. Man's been playing professional ball since he was 16. Are you
say?
kidding me? Playing with grown ass men who probably were signed 10-day contracts in the NBA and then went to Europe, who probably been calling him that since he was a teenager.
Bitch ass white boy.
Bro, like, is Luka not white? Like, I just don't understand that. Because it's either Trash is either going to go two ways with this, right? Because we all know I've heard that phrase. It's either bitch ass nigga or bitch ass white boy.
He should have just called him bitch ass nigga.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
It wouldn't have been a headline.
It would not have been a headline.
It honestly wouldn't have been a headline. That's
You know
what
who
he
got
should've
called
just said.
You know who got called that during that game? Paul George by Seth Curry. And if you don't know,
Now you know. You're about to know.
Seth Curry married Callie Rivers, Doc Rivers' daughter, who is also Paul George's ex, who was the one that Paul George got the stripper pregnant with and then broke up with her to marry the stripper.
I just don't
So
see
there's
how
another
Doc.
storyline.
I just don't see how Doc agrees to that trade. I don't care if Kawhi says he wants Paul George. Ain't no way I'm getting the
Listen.
nigga that cheated on my daughter
Listen.
and got a strip her pregnant.
Listen. He has a legacy to protect.
Who?
Doc Rivers.
His
Of being
legacy's
a
already
mid-coach.
cemented. What do you mean?
Listen,
being a mid-coach.
no, it hasn't been cemented. Well, in his eyes, it hasn't been cemented yet.
Doc Rivers?
It's been cemented as mid, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
He's gonna
yeah,
go-
so he
he's
gotta
gonna-
win again. So
No,
that
he's gonna go down in the Hall of Fame. That is what it is.
Yeah, but there's plenty of people in the Hall of Fame who don't need to be.
So who cares? What's the point? Like, if his legacy's already destined for the Hall of Fame, what does it matter? at
Is
this
it
point?
really
Also,
destined for
I
the Hall
saw
of Fame?
another tweet. I think
I don't know
I
if
think
it
it
is.
might have been Josh Eberle.
'Cause-
He's definitely going to the Hall. He's too big of a figure to not go to the Hall.
He
But,
has a championship and he's top 5 in total wins.
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to.
That's some bullshit.
what's
That's
that
some
one?
bullshit.
He has one of the highest playoff winnings.
And his percentage, yeah, it's actually really stupid.
What was I gonna say?
Still bullshit.
Fuck. Right, like, come on, son. I fuck with Doc though.
I'm trying to get the train
keep it
of thought
going,
back.
keep it
I'm
going,
trying
keep
to-
it
I'm
going.
trying to get it.
Yeah,
Josh Eberle tweet.
Yes. Josh Eberle tweet where he's talking about at what point do we start talking about Kawhi's GM capabilities? Because why the fuck would you even want to bring Paul George in here when this man gave himself the name Playoff P, but shits the bed every playoff since he's been off of the Pacers?
Wasn't KD his first choice?
I don't.
I feel like I heard a rumor that, or a
But
report
either way,
that
they
said
had to
KD was
trade.
his first
Either way, they
choice.
had to trade to get Paul George, and everything I saw was like they were talking about. They were like, "Yo, like if the lineup without Paul George is better."
It is.
Yeah,
He's
So-
out there. I can't say he's really out there for cardio because he actually scores points, but not a lot. But cardio. is
No,
just
if you're a
reserved
superstar and you
no,
only and just
superstar
do
wise,
that-
he's just out there. He's out there for a jog at this point. I don't even know what he's doing. But no, it's
oh man,
it's
So we'll
bad.
see.
Cardio.
And it's funny how Dwayne Wade came to the defense of. Not funny, but I guess it's interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he tweeted out. He was like, he's going through a rough patch, but I know the type of player that and playoff performer that he is.
Who?
And I'm thinking, right, if you take away the 2 series against the Heat in Indiana, what does Paul George's playoff, resume look like? And
Paul Pierce.
it's not good. It's not good at all.
It's not.
This shit just remind me of Charles Barkley said that shit best. He was like, I don't go around calling myself Championship Chuck.
Like championship Chuck. Yo, Charles Barkley has been great, yo.
Bro.
I'm actually starting to enjoy Chuck a little bit.
Hey man, it's
Inside the
playoff
NBA has
people.
never been better. I think bubble
it's
inside the
fucking
NBA
great.
has
Yeah.
been the best it's been in a while. Like,
Bro, all I'm saying is the Mavs really have a chance. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna win, and that's what I said. I told Eric because I was like, bro, because if we win this series, there's no one that we can't beat. Period. And the thing is, like in the West, it's like that. Anyone can win any given day because of how the teams are.
I mean,
It
look,
really is.
We've seen the Thunder push it to two, push it
Exactly,
to
they
even
tied it
series
back up.
now. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you beat the team that people basically have already gifted this year's title to, like, there's nothing you can't do. And then when that happens, the team will feel that way. Everyone else could feel that way, but for the team to feel that way, that's huge. Especially if you win multiple games without Porzingis, that's even bigger. Because that means that you got the rest of your supporting cast has been holding it down. And I love how, like, the camaraderie on that team is amazing. The chemistry is amazing. So you already know that when he comes back, they're going to be like, yo, we've been holding it down. We're going to keep doing this shit so you can just play free. Because when Porzingis plays free, it's ridiculous.
Yo, talking about Porzingis had 43 last game.
No, he had
No.
30-something.
Luka
Luka had
Oh.
40.
had 43 last game.
Luka is what I meant to
Yeah.
say. Sorry.
Yeah.
43, 17, and 15?
You know what's so funny?
Or
I'm like
13.
just looking at some stats right now. Paul George's last 3 games: 14 points, 11 points, 9 points. That's 34. That means 34 is obviously significant for another person named Paul. But
yes, Luka outscored Paul George in one game, then Paul George scored in the entire series.
not in the entire series, but in the past 3 games.
On the past 3, what did he score game 1?
27.
Okay. But see, that's the problem. Like, when somebody else made I don't know if I agree with it, but they said like AD only shows up every like 3 games or something like that. Which
Anthony
I couldn't.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, and I was like, I can't really agree with that because I've seen him go on stretches where he just like dogs.
He's doing it right now.
But I guess maybe in the sense of like playoffs wise, because he doesn't have as much.
Yeah, but he never really had good playoff
That's
teams.
the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but Paul George, Paul George can go off for 27 or 30 in a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if he's gonna give me 3 straight, if for every 30-point game I got to suffer through 3 terrible games, that's not good.
Especially
see,
when
that's
that
the thing
30-point
is
game
it's
might
like-
not even win. Because
it's not even-
Lou Williams had a 36-point game.
It's not even
He was
usually
chefing.
I can't even defend this man at this point. Like I was coming into the playoffs telling people, I'm like, all right, y'all, the playoff P shit, it was really just that one year where like he was getting fried by Joe Ingles, but like he's actually been pretty decent outside of that. And now it's just I'm looking bad, yo. Niggas is telling me like, yo, Miles, what's good with your boy playoff P? And I'm like, yo, has he been playing?
To put things in perspective on that last game,
Yes.
Luka had 43, 17, and 13. Kawhi and Paul George combined had 41, 17, and 7.
That's not even fair to Kawhi because Kawhi dropped 30, right? Like that's not even fair. Like as Miles said,
Lou Williams kept him in that game.
Kawhi some help.
Yeah, we got
That was also a very terrible possession by the Clippers on that the end of regulation. Kawhi just going ISO and then starting his drive with like 2.5 seconds left for a fadeaway. I was like, Kawhi's better than that.
Yeah, I was like, I could have.
No,
I
the
was like,
last
come on.
possession of regulation was the Marcus Morris.
No.
Oh, the actual
Well,
shot.
technically,
Yeah,
the
you're
last
right, you're
possession. Technically, the last possession was the botched inbounds.
Yes.
But the real last possession, yeah.
I got you.
So, but yeah.
So Paul George disabled his Instagram comments for anyone he doesn't follow, so he's been getting roasted. But someone was like, somebody make sure he knows a 0 dark 30, not 0 for 30.
Yo, no, you can't. But
Bro,
that's
that's what comes with it, yo. Like you can't.
he was talking. How spicy was he talking a week
You
ago?
can't call yourself playoff P. You can't come at Damian Lillard saying that you about to get bounced, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's like at least if
Some
when
people could talk. Some people could talk and play. Not everyone can.
like
He been real quiet.
The Blazers are gonna get bound. Like they put up their best fight. It's over. Series is 3-1. Like
Yeah,
they're done, right?
yeah, that's
but
basically-
at least you can't say that aside from last game because Dame was kind of. I mean, he had the injury in the second half,
Yes.
but he didn't have a good game. Aside from that, Dame is averaging like 30 or like 29 in this series, so you can't say he hasn't been hooping.
significantly more than Paul Pierce.
At least significantly more than Paul George.
I said Paul Pierce.
You said-
That's
I
how
said-
bad he's playing.
He's playing
That you
like-
thought of Paul Pierce, whack ass.
And I also didn't like what Paul George was saying. Like when he was comparing his situation to Harden, that was a little weird to me,
Wait,
bro.
what'd he say?
He was basically saying that that like all right. So basically, he was saying like he can't be like James Harden when like go like on both ends of the floor. Like, and I think he was trying to like show.
This man was
up-
defensive player of the year. He should have been defensive player of the year last season. He has no excuse.
Bro, you can't like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like once you start getting MVP votes, like all of that other shit go out the window. Like you're an elite player. You have to play like an elite player.
He's 10 for 47 in these last 3 games.
That's bad.
Damn, I could give you if you gave me 47 shots, I'd probably get you 10.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you draw 47 plays for me to get a shot.
And the thing is, like, I think about at least 3 or 4 of them are just layups.
Oh, he missed quite a few bunnies this series.
Nah, but
But I'm saying,
Here's the-
like, I saw him
okay,
hit
go
at
ahead.
like 2 to 3 layups.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
out of that 10.
but here's the thing. I'm a big believer in people being due, and I think tonight he's due. I mean, y'all say what y'all want.
You need to add a second do at the end of that.
Yes, thank you, John, for always having my back. But he's due. I like whether it's gonna come tonight, whether it's gonna come Thursday when y'all hearing this.
It better come one of these 2 games.
If it don't
So
come,
come next season in the regular season, that's what's going to happen.
Regular P.
Preseason P.
Oh,
when he's
no.
playing 15 minutes a game.
Lord Jesus, but he's due. what I'm saying? Like,
He also might be hurt because he got to have all them ice packs on his shoulder. So
listen, he stole that one from LeBron. Definitely stole that one from LeBron. Pulling up to the post game conference, so I was like, my shit fucked up.
See, that's what I hate. I hate when, like, at least with like CJ, you knew he's been playing with a broke back for like the last 2 weeks. He said that, like, he just came out and said like, did you know that Paul? Although we know he has a history of shoulder injuries, has he said anything since he's been in the boat?
And he had surgery for the shoulder.
No mention of the shoulder bothering him. Now all of a sudden the shoulder. Now we got ice packs on the shoulder. Like, come on, man.
Did I send you guys the video of LeBron with the book?
Yes.
Nah. Okay.
Yeah. LeBron was out here reading the first page of Malcolm X's book. That's crazy.
But
all right.
all I'm saying,
please don't let.
By the time y'all hear this, Game 5 would have happened last night.
And let's hope that Paul George was due and not due. You can hit the button again. I don't care. Man, just playing like.
Sometimes the best response is no response. Don't fucking let the Mavericks win, yo. Like, it's no,
why are you hating, bro? Why are you hating?
It's no offense to you, John, but it's just like, yo, like, it's crabs in the barrel.
Are you trying to say we don't? It is crabs in the barrel. That's exactly what happened. You're bitter. You're bitter because we're winning with the New York Mavericks.
I am bitter.
We're winning with the New York Mavericks.
I'm so bitter.
Tim Hardaway Jr.,
Miles.
Trey Burke.
Hey, Miles, I have your back on this one. No, I said this at the beginning. I just said this at the beginning of the playoffs. I said if the Nets lose, I hope the Mavericks lose. You know why?
No, you were saying if the Mavs got swept and the Nets lost in 5,
oh,
it was gonna be a rough day.
Yeah. All right, and damn, we got swept and they still in it. But I was gonna say I can't have John be the only one. We can't have John being the only one with sports success on this team. His goddamn Ravens were great this year. They got to the playoffs, and now his Mavericks are out here killing in the playoffs. Yeah. No, we need to humble John. No, screw this. If we're gonna be sad, you got to be sad with us.
I'm pretty humble in general, so.
Nah,
I don't understand why I hating on me getting to talk my shit.
I'm not saying
now.
you're not humble, but I'm just saying I like you better when you're sad with us than when you're happy.
Crabs in a barrel.
Crabs in a barrel.
Crabs in a barrel.
Yes. Oh boy.
Hey man.
Is there anything else? How about the Donovan Mitchells though?
Oh yeah, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, dueling.
Why they put Paul Millsap on Donovan Mitchell? I don't know.
Who would have thought?
I don't know.
Who would have thought the Jazz would have been up 3-1 at this point,
bro? And I even said it, yo. Like, I didn't think that this series was gonna go that crazy. I'll admit when I'm wrong, but I did say like this Jazz team will go as far as Donovan Mitchell take him, and I didn't trust him to do what he's doing. And look at him now. I'm always happy to eat my words if a nigga willing to put up or shut up, and this nigga been putting up.
Hey, you know what's funny is I don't think the series itself is entertaining. I just think Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray are the only entertaining things about the series. I'm watching this game for them, not for the teams. And granted, in Denver's defense, they are missing
right now.
Will Barton and
they are missing Will Barton. They're missing Gary Harris, who both of them. Not to say that they're great defensive stoppers. Gary Harris is a little bit better on defense than Will Barton, but
way better than.
I don't think that Donovan Mitchell, as good as he is, would have 250 burgers in this series if they're on the court. I'm sorry. They're throwing Paul Millsap at Donovan Mitchell for some reason. I don't know.
Because Torrey Craig wasn't working.
Because Torrey Craig wasn't working. Michael Porter Jr. damn sure wasn't working. Like, who are you not going to put Jamal on?
I was sitting here with my mouth open.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Yeah, I'm not really that big of a soccer person.
Yeah, that's still huge. Messi just says he wants to leave Barcelona, which is
ruh-roh.
Yeah,
didn't they get clapped in the? They got
clapped. But still, like, I thought he wanted to leave because he's had like tax issues and shit that they was looking into.
How old is Messi?
He started playing when they were like 16, 17. So.
And how old is it? Was he 35 now?
I think so.
Jeez.
But
man, I couldn't imagine playing 21 years and still being a top like 10 player in the league or in soccer.
No, he's in the world. You mean
he's still a top 5 player
in the world?
Yeah,
is he still top 5?
Yeah, bro,
definitely is. He's 33, by the way. Just turned 33.
Only 33.
Just
it feels like I've been hearing Messi's name since I was like 5.
Exactly, because we have been.
That's crazy.
Oh man,
oh man. But yeah. The Jamal Murray's, Donovan Mitchell's giving us everything. I wonder if Jamal saw Donovan again.
Yeah,
sitting down. He's like, "Dang."
You guys think a gentleman sweep is gonna happen?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think it will. I
think the Nuggets. You think the Nuggets are defeated? Because that's the thing. Even though the Nuggets are shorthanded, like the Jazz not having Bogdanovich is huge.
Yeah.
It's
they-
huge,
and they
but it's
still-
just
but it-
one guy compared to two
Yeah.
guys that are really big rotation.
Yeah,
like
that's
Gary
true.
Harris is a starter for them, and Will Barton was essentially their sixth man. So
But Michael Porter Jr. is
I'm about to
kinda
say the
falling
way that
into
Michael,
that.
Ju- the way that Michael Ju-
He's
Porter
picking
Jr.
up. He's picking up the offensive slack.
he's
left by Will
picking up
Barton.
the offense slack,
but
but
having
not
Gary
losing-
Harris on defense.
we're
is
losing
big.
it on defense.
Yeah, but then they fucking had Michael Porter Jr. come off the bench last game. I wasn't feeling that, bro.
Well,
forgot-
what else are they gonna do?
Well, you might
I mean,
need him.
I-
You might need him off the bench for the spark because who else on the bench
Yeah,
is
the
going to
bench
give you
can't really
offense?
score.
Yeah, I mean, but
They have good guards on the bench, but none of them score.
yeah,
What's his name?
Ben Simmons that could
It's
shoot.
Monte. That's not a fair comparison
Wait, who?
because Ben Simmons also passes and plays defense.
Wait, you're saying Michael Porter Jr. is
Michael
Ben Simmons
Porter-
that can shoot?
Michael Porter
does
Jr.
not pass like Ben Simmons.
You know,
yeah,
guys like Ben Simmons.
he doesn't do anything like Ben
Let's see,
Simmons.
Ben
They're just the same
Ben
size.
Simmons is a
No,
top
no,
five passer
I'm
in
just
the
saying
league.
it because they're both light skinned and the same body structure, not because of how they play.
Well, we have to see what Ben Simmons' stance on shots and vaccinations are first.
Oh
and then we
yes,
can compare.
indeed.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and the coronavirus.
And coronavirus.
Yeah. And the world being flat too? No,
Probably.
probably. Yeah, conspiracy theorists.
I really
Only
want
conspiracy
to know
theories
what's
is Ben
going to
Simmons'
happen
fucking
that
jump shot.
the next Nuggets Timberwolves game.
I hate you, John,
I really
so
want to know
much.
if Karl Towns will snuff Michael Porter Jr.
Imagine if Messi come to the
MLS?
I'd be lit.
Just like Zlatan.
Oh,
did.
Zlatan.
Yeah, well, the difference,
Ibrahimovic.
the difference with Zlatan is he got hurt like bad. I think it was either an Achilles or like he blew out his knee.
Oh, so he was using the MLS as a rehab?
Pretty much. He was like,
Oh,
it was
that's
people.
wicked.
I think basically it was at the point where like he wouldn't have been signed by a top Euro club team, and he was like, I'm not going to a weak ass team. I might as well just go to the MLS, get paid, get some more recognition, and ball the fuck out. So that when clubs came to him like, yo, you trying to play? And he was like, nah, I'm gonna just stay here. He's like, I'm having too much fun.
That's dope.
That's my guys though.
That's
I
dope.
always like love
Man
Zlatan.
speaks in the third person all the time.
My son Zlatan was wilding in the MLS
Bro,
and fucking
Lions
56 games. This nigga had 52 goals. Like, come on, son. Like,
Bro,
yo.
he's the GOAT.
And this was
I
like,
love Zlatan.
and this was 2 years ago when he was 36. Yo, like, yo, the MLS is like so behind like, everybody else to the point where it's like, yo, they can have like any random, well, like what I think they do that what the MLS All Stars usually versus like Real Madrid or
It's
somebody.
MLS All-Stars versus a club over there.
Yeah, and then they get smoked.
Smokes, yeah.
It's wild, yo.
Zlatan.
That's like,
Lion do not care about the opinions of sheep.
I'm just saying, women's soccer way better than men's soccer.
yes, we know.
Yeah, buddy.
Bro, when I worked at
the
Adidas
Rapinos.
and my hair was long, one time I was wearing like a full tracksuit and I had like a Tiro suit and I had like my hair tied up and someone was like, "Bro, you look like Ibrahimovic." And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Oh, he's a Swede?
Yeah.
A
He
Swede.
put that team on the map. That's why when they left him off the national team, he was like, "Are y'all dead ass?" He was like, "Y'all wouldn't have a team without me, but okay."
Y'all ain't nothing without
Pretty
me.
much.
Y'all still be playing soccer in Pelican Bay. Wasn't for me.
Pelican
That's
Bay.
that's just great. Oh boy.
Yeah. I was
Mavs is 6.
All right. Are we missing? Oh, we're just missing the one series that's kind of been.
Hey, the only thing I can say is it's the eternal plight of an 8 seed. It's you have to bust your ass to get to that 8 seed.
Officiating's been trashed.
And
Officiating has
yes,
been bad.
we got to
yes,
we
it
got to
has
call a
been.
spade. We
I
gotta
dead
call a
thought
spade a
Melo was
spade,
about to get
man.
ejected like 3 times last night.
bro. Because and I feel him like
Oh yeah.
because the way like that first quarter dead ass lasted an hour, which is like crazy for basketball.
Shout out 24-8.
Yeah.
The score in the game.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Kobe, happy belated.
indeed. I almost wore a Kobe jersey, but I've worn it too much already, so I had to switch it up.
That's fair.
But yeah, yo, like the officiating has just not been good. Like it's not even the fact that like, all right, they're calling tic-tac fouls. It's just inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not until somebody on the Blazers starts complaining that they start calling it both ways, and then by that point,
By that point, the game's over. Basically.
The officiating has been bad, but at the same time, it's like I said, like
it's not
that
the reason
fatigue-
why. It's not
yeah,
the reason why they're losing.
No,
Don't get
exactly.
me wrong. I'm not.
That
I'm,
fatigue catches up to you. They've had to bust their ass to get into the playoffs, and you just knew at some point it was going to.
I mean, they've been realistically, they've been playing playoff series literally since they got to the bubble. They have played 9 if you count the game against
The play-in.
the Grizzlies, 9 playoff games up until this point, whereas the Lakers just been chilling, just trying to get their chemistry back and get people healthy. So yeah, they were probably, and that's why they probably surprised the Lakers because they were already in that geared up playoff mode. But once the Lakers hit back in game 2, then you can kind of see, and then in game 3, you really saw it. It's just fatigue and tiredness, and Dame is human, right? We didn't think he was, but he's human. You're seeing it. He's not getting as good lift on some of his jump shots. CJ, the same thing.
And CJ's back is probably
CJ back is all busted up, right? Nurkic is he's just getting out physical. They're beating him up not because Nurkic is weak, but because Nurkic has had to fight in the paint all playoffs, like all playing games.
Man's is tired, man.
He's tired. You're throwing out JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard at this man. Who was he at the help? Hassan Whiteside, who has been Garbo, aside from like 2 or 3 blocks, like.
And he's that big. He should be getting those blocks anyway. He should be averaging those blocks.
Exactly. Gary Trent Jr.'s shooting absolutely has gone away.
Yeah.
Like,
he started dropping off the past 2 games before the playoffs.
Yep. Like he started the first 6 or 7 games in the bubble, 60% from 3. I think he's like a sub 30 in this series right now. Wenyen Gabriel, he's just outmatched. He's too skinny right now. It's not his fault, but you know.
And
whatever you get from him is a plus. You're not really expecting much from him.
It's just here's the thing. I would at least have thought that it would have been more competitive. Like I feel like this was supposed to be this series that like every game was going to be a battle. Like even if the Blazers had gotten swept, I would have thought that like
it would have been like when the Mavs got swept.
Every game is like close. A 2 possession game.
Right, like they wouldn't have lost by more than a total of 10 points in like the 4 games basically. Like but it's like now like like John said, and he's been saying it the whole time about playoff LeBron. It's like playoff LeBron is now activated, and like once that's 0 dark 30 shit.
Mm-hmm. And I think a big
he's in the zone, yo.
And a big thing is that they started hitting shots, and that was a big reason why the Blazers won Game 1 is because there was no KCP and no Danny Green.
Chuck said it best. He's like, KCP had 1 more point than me, and I'm sitting right here.
But KCP was out there doing cardio, but I will say that last night KCP was doing his thing.
Games 3 and 4, he's played really well. Danny Green is starting to make some shots finally.
Yeah, he's been.
They're getting good production from Dwight, good production from JaVale. Kyle Kuzma now, not Carl. Kyle Kuzma is hitting his shots, and whatever you get from
Caruso
was a plus.
And Rondo might come back.
Like, hey.
Yep.
Now
they should probably sit him for this series. They don't need him, but if he comes back,
and this isn't to say that they are now all right. Now Lakers are automatically to the chip, but
they still gonna have to go through the Mavericks.
But hey, now I think everybody else has been put on notice.
They could at this now. I can say that they'll probably cakewalk to the conference finals. After like if they
who do they play? They have to play the winner of the Denver.
They have to play the Denver Jazz, but
yeah.
They're cakewalk.
Unless Donovan's going to average 60.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. But
how about Mike Conley? That dad. I'm telling you, dad power is real.
Yeah,
Mike Conley's been a different Mike Conley since he came to the bubble off rip. Like he did not have a good regular season at all.
Yeah, he didn't.
Then he had a baby. And now
before the baby, he was like, I had a baby coming. I had to show out.
And that's what the same thing happened to Fred last year.
Hey man, look.
Niggas have kids real quick. Shit get weird. Interesting development though that like kind of like just went under the rug and maybe they just said back spasms because like whatever, maybe because they was up by 30 and then almost 40.
Oh, AD.
They're talking about Anthony Davis having these back spasms. I don't know if that's like a commonly occurring thing or they was just
I think
things
like that could just be from them playing their way into shape.
Yeah, it could be, and it might be just be preventative. Like, he might have tweaked his back, and it's like, all right, we're just gonna keep
cautious
because
it is what it is.
Like, you don't need Anthony Davis at this point in the series. If he sits Game 5, you shouldn't need him. So, shout out LeBron being able to bust Gary Trent Sr.'s ass and Gary Trent Jr.'s ass. I'm sorry, but they don't have anybody to guard LeBron. Like, I don't know. They're putting Gary Trent on.
It would have been Trevor Ariza, but
yeah, but like Gary Trent can't handle LeBron, and it's not Gary Trent's fault. He's just small. Like,
he's a good defender. It's just he's gonna have to guard your traditional 2 guard.
Yeah, like LeBron is 6 foot, 6'8".
LeBron is Karl Malone.
Like, come on. Come on, man.
When I be seeing Gary Trent on LeBron, bro, I'll be like every time.
Like,
Mouse in the house.
Mouse
in the house.
Mouse in the house.
Mouse in the house.
It's just But,
barbecue chicken, Ernie.
Yeah, the Lakers are starting to look like a team, and I think them playing against the Blazers is definitely bringing that out.
Is it fair to say? I know teams go as far as their superstars go, right? Is it fair to say that the Lakers go as far as what Danny Green and KCP and Kyle Kuzma gives you from a shooting the three perspective.
Indeed,
Yes.
because they can't win without them. We've seen it. Like,
And the reason I feel that way is at this point, since basically every team has a duo, no matter who they line up with, right? Since every team has a duo, those stars will give you production somewhat near the production you're going to get from AD and LeBron. So it's just at that point, it's what you get from everyone else that'll determine if you win or not. Because my thing is like if let's say we do meet in the Western Conference Finals, right?
I was gonna say
LeBron and Luka are just gonna put up numbers.
Yep.
If Porzingis is healthy, AD and Porzingis are gonna put up numbers, and it's gonna be whatever you get from the
And
rest of the
and
team.
I would think that if it's a Mavs Lakers conference finals, I would trust the Mavericks
bench,
You bench and then their third, fourth, fifth, sixth options over. I'm like you come down to it, we can compare right now. Seth Curry over KCP, Kuzma.
Seth Curry is like just on
Unconscious.
fire right now.
Unconscious.
I need him to get more.
Maybe the
possessions.
Warriors made the wrong pick.
The
I'm
wrong
just kidding.
brother.
He's the wrong brother.
Mavs fans, they just call him. The Mavs fans just call him the spicier Curry.
Spicy
They're
Curry.
like, yeah, we have the spicier Curry.
Why would it? Wait, wouldn't it be? I feel like it'd be like a less spicy curry. Because curry.
No, the idea is we're trying to make the assumption that we have the better Curry, so we're just like, yeah, we have the spicier Curry.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah,
it's just like why like. The combination between Tim Hardaway, Trey Burke, and fucking Seth Curry is crazy.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, like that's like a fucking.
then whatever we get from Dorian.
No, fuck Dorian Finney-Smith. No, fuck this nigga. Couldn't make 2 threes.
It was that one game that
The
we bet.
one game he doesn't make threes is the one I bet. Oh,
But
yeah.
he's been making good plays outside of that. Like,
I
he's been
know,
good in
which is
transition, he's making
upsetting
good
me.
Passes, like this is great.
John,
for me.
I saw him pass up. He would have had a shot in the corner, right? Open 3, pass it up to a guy cutting. I'm like, nigga, be selfish for once. Damn. Niggas is rooting for you.
Hey, I like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting more minutes. I think he's playing great defense when
he's
in.
been very good.
And he's been aggressive on offense, which is all you can ask someone to draw a defender.
And that's what makes the Mavericks so you know what? Now I'm kind of seeing what John's saying. Still, I want John to be sad, but at the same time,
Hey man,
their
I don't even think
depth
I'll
is
be
just-
sad at this point, just because we're not even supposed to be here, bro. Every win we get is just icing on the cake.
What do you mean?
Y'all niggas should
You're
have got
supposed to be in the playoffs.
Y'all niggas should have got the fucking 6th seed, man.
People expected us to be gentlemen swept.
Hey man, look, you in the playoffs, so good. But there's still a little sadness that comes when your team loses. Like
Yeah.
my team got swept. I knew they were gonna get swept, but it's still a little sad. Like
Yeah.
when when you see the
I'll
team
have that
leave.
40
I
point
haven't
triple
seen
double
my
forever.
team in the playoffs in 7 years.
It's been 84 years. It's gonna be another 84 years.
I just find it so.
No, I'm sorry.
It's just crazy because I just feel like in the 1985, that was the last time we got a #1 pick. How long is that? 34 years.
Paul Pierce.
God damn, I'm tired of this shit, man. This is.
They only got the pick because they cheated.
Whatever.
They needed to rig it
no.
for Zion.
Listen. That was Sam Hinkie 1.0 because Lord Jesus,
1.0.
niggas was like, yo, let's just lose every game. And this is why they did the draft lottery because of the Knicks. And honestly, it's so crazy how sometimes you play yourself. It's so crazy how like
Karma.
yeah.
The Knicks have been paying for forcing a draft lottery ever since.
Right.
Hey man, look,
Hey, they had Porzingis,
and the Tim Hardaways
the Alabaster Ewing.
and Trey Burke. Damn man.
They didn't draft Trey Burke though.
Doesn't
They did
matter.
draft him though.
It doesn't matter. They still had him on the squad.
The crazy thing with Tim Hardaway is that we had him, we traded again to get him,
Get him
back,
back.
Paid him a lot.
paid him, and then shipped him off.
Oh, you gotta love it.
And he's hooping now.
No, he's hooping.
Bro.
It's like the Porzingis trade is like the reverse Melo trade. Like
Yes.
it's literally like the Melo trade, the Nuggets won. The Porzingis trade that we thought we were supposed to win, the Mavericks won. I don't even care who we draft. We gotta draft like the next Michael Jordan out of one of these next
Yeah,
picks.
on a late round pick.
Yeah, on a
like, you're not getting a high pick out of us now.
I'm stressed.
Hey man, all I'm saying is like the things that I've been happy about is the defensive contribution we're getting them. Because Trey Burke has been busting his ass on both sides of the
Oh
court.
yes.
Like really busting his ass. Same thing, like Tim Hardaway Jr. came and he was like, I'm a 3-and-D wing now. Like,
And then niggas, and then y'all got
Love to
y'all
fucking see
centerpiece, the Great White Hope.
I'm about to say.
I love Luka.
No, you can't not like Luca. Like,
His
he's
game
great.
is just so fluid.
He
He
seems like a
don't,
chill
and he
dude to be
literally does
around.
not force anything.
bro, he like who is it? Doc Rivers said it. He's like, my favorite part about Luca is how much fun he has when he plays.
Oh yeah.
He's just out here and like living life, and he'll cook you.
Did
Like-
Boban didn't play last game? Did he?
No, he did. He played
He
a
did?
lot. Dude,
Why
he
don't
had
I-
like 10 off the. He had like 10 points, 7 rebounds in like 8 minutes.
Damn, why don't I remember this?
He was cooking.
Boban.
He was like, remember the when they won game 2, how Shaq was looking at his highlights. He was like, jump hook him to death, big fella. That's exactly what he's doing. He had,
Nah,
like-
no funny. Why is he deadly over his left shoulder?
bro. He has touch.
Yo, he go
He-
over his left shoulder.
offensively,
You're like,
he's a
damn,
problem,
Bro, I swear, yo, if I'm the last nigga on the bench and I get in when Boban's in, I'm giving him one of these, bro. I'm giving him.
Nah,
a,
he got fouled a couple times though, and they didn't call it on him.
I would give him a stiff elbow to the ribs.
But he's such a nice guy. You feel bad.
yeah,
That's
I know.
what happened.
Boban is like a gentle giant.
Yeah.
He look like he's a fucking titan.
You know it's
No,
bad.
5 meter
You know
tight.
it's bad when Marcus Morris don't want to
Yeah,
mess with him.
don't want beef. Yeah.
Because he's like, damn, you're a really nice guy. Like,
My son, well, you the nicest guy I ever met.
I will say though, the celebration Marcus had in the corner
I'm telling you, bro.
on Maxi.
on Maxi, but when he
Maxi
thought he hit the
Kleber.
game winner, that's tough. Did Miles, you see it? The celebration he did when he shot the shoes,
Yeah.
Oh nah.
bro. He hits the 3 right, so Cleveland's like had ran by to try and block. Right, he turns around, points at his shoes, and runs back. I'm like, yo, that's
Boban.
wild. And then Kawhi didn't want to switch onto Luka. That's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
Kawhi
I,
did switch.
No.
They let Reggie go on him. He was supposed to be on him.
He allowed himself to get screened because Reggie initially matched up on Kleba, and then Kawhi was on Luka. Then Kleba sets the screen for Luka, and then Kawhi passes off Luka to
Yeah, so
what's
he
it?
switched.
I don't know why. And I get that the Clippers switch just about switch everything.
That's what I said.
But at that point, you got to defy orders and be like, yo, no, Doc. If Luka is going somewhere, I'm going there. It don't
That's
matter
me.
if there's a screen. And even if then, you should know. Oh, well, if they're gonna screen for Luka,
I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't want him to shoot that.
hey,
I
man,
did not want him to shoot that. That's
The way that game was going.
Luka be heat checking just like LeBron. He'll hit one. He's like heat check. Like
I think the funny thing about it is earlier in that fourth quarter,
he
he tried 2 step back threes and aired them both.
Bro, the
And then the third one, he hits them like
the
oh,
offense
yeah.
was terrible. Like after they weren't moving. There was no motion in the offense anymore, and it's turned into ISO. But like, if anything, Luka was tired. Instead of I'd give Trey Burke that ISO.
ISO ball.
Yo, all right.
Hey man, it worked. None of that matters now.
Def don't. I meant to tell y'all about so there's this thing that SB Nation does. It's called Untitled. It's really good actually. Like they talk about like random people that like never won anything. So like they did one on Marta, they did one on like Charles Barkley, they did one on Steve Nash, and it's gonna be very interesting to see like the James Harden one. Like when
Wow,
him
you're just
never
already
winning?
assuming he's never winning.
Yeah, I don't think James Harden never win anything. And it's
Also,
not a knock-
we bugged out the Lakers play either the Rockets or the Thunder next round. So
Oh,
we mixed that up.
shite.
Yeah, because remember the Nuggets are the 3 seed, not the 4.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like all over the place today. But
So,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
depending on if Westbrook doesn't come back, then that's easy for the Rockets if the Rockets win. I mean the Lakers. Either way, the Lakers should win.
I love how Westbrook be out here coaching niggas.
I hate that he's beefing with Steven Adams, but it's just Westbrook.
I feel like that's just fun. I feel like it's just
Yeah.
fun because aren't they
'Cause-
close? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But Westbrook, he said that he's like I ain't got no teammates when I play. Like he's like
Yeah.
no, he's like I ain't got no friends when I play. So
Yeah.
ain't nothing.
After the game, he's like, Steven Adams just like, hey mate, come on, let's go get some Mickey Mouse pancakes.
Mickey Mouse pancakes.
Uh,
do the
No,
niggas
no
that
English.
No, sorry, mate. Knowing, no, that's honestly the best to avoid getting trash talked
Kevin
to.
Garnett, dumbass. Like, all right.
Sorry, man. No, I don't. You know, hablo inglés, papi. Sorry, me no black.
Ay, papi, no black. Below the waist, papi. That's it.
At this point, we might need a we know black button.
Yeah.
That shit comes out
Do we
almost
have
every
some?
episode.
Is there a famous me no black?
Yeah, it was
that we can
it was
hear?
Godfrey.
Oh,
He
yeah, we
talks
got-
about the
Oh yeah, we gotta get that.
There's Godfrey.
doing
There's
that.
the other. There's
We're
the
not
other
doing
one.
that.
Why not? Oh, boo.
And there's the other one. He said, "See, I black puppy, but I know black like you." That's the funny
I
one,
know
bro.
black like you.
LeBron James.
See you black here, I black here.
Hola, me llamo LeBron James.
Man,
And if you actually watched it, I put that in the video.
I was there. Anyway.
all right. So
Any other sports?
yeah.
Yeah.
What we got?
What you got?
So now I just want to get his name correct because I don't. Oh,
Is that Danny Phantom on your screen?
It was YouTube.
It was YouTube.
Oh, I was about to say, like, why has he got Danny Phantom on
So
his
now after Eddie
Going
Jackson,
ghost like Paul George.
Wowers.
damn, yeah, that was OD. So now Eddie Jackson is no longer the highest paid safety in the NFL. Buda Baker is at 24 years old.
Oh, that's what we forgot to talk about.
Buda Baker?
No, the Ravens not having Earl Thomas.
It's a whole lot of safety shit.
Yeah, I saw that today.
But
And I was
it's
just like,
just so funny that Buda Baker. Yeah, right.
that's exactly what happened.
If Buda Baker is the highest paid safety in the league, in the Jet.
Congratulations. You played yourself. Congratulations. You played
Yo,
yourself.
the Jets are fucking crazy, son. Oh my god, like it, yo. All right,
Hey, man, look. Hey, they got away with it because what was Buda Baker's now the highest paid, which means he's getting, I'm
You mean
assuming,
Jamal's gonna get more than
over
him?
16 and a half or 17, but it ain't gonna be from us. He better hope that them Seahawks
What
pockets
the
are
fuck are
deep.
Jamal and Tyron gonna get?
wow.
Well, Tyron already signed, so he's
Here's the
free.
thing, right?
Tyron locked down for real.
I feel like Jamal, I mean, yes, Jamal's great talent, right?
He was first team. You just gotta pay him.
No, he's first team, but Seahawks had a lot of first teamers that they didn't give that, they didn't empty the bank to.
But the market wasn't. It was what it is now.
Hey, man, look, that,
If he doesn't get paid by Seahawks, he's getting paid by someone else.
and that's, good luck to them. I'm just saying.
I just
If you want to pay 18 mil for a safety a year in this economy, in this pandemic, then go for it. I don't care.
on the Earl Thomas thing.
What the hell, man? These dudes wilding.
Yeah, I will say like
Cowboys.
just hearing more stuff about him. Apparently, the Cowboys are out on him.
Nah. Jerry said that Rappaport ain't know what the fuck he was talking
okay.
about. Yeah, you know, my son Jerry Jones had to be here. You know what I'm saying?
There's one thing Jerry gonna do. He gonna let you know.
That's what I'm saying. Jerry don't care who you are, convict, Catholic. You know what I'm saying? He'll sign shit. Jerry signed you, bro.
But
Need a job? Call Jerry. Just you gotta stand for the anthem. That's it.
You gotta tote that white line with your helmet at your side.
That's right.
Say yes, sir.
Yes, no, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, boss. What's
Yes,
what's
sir.
the
Mr.
shit they
Boss
say
Man.
in the jails when they on the shit, the pickaxe line? Picking them up, boss. Going to back, boss.
That's it. That's it.
But,
Hashtag
much-
indentured servitude.
oh gosh.
Go ahead. Sorry.
As much as it does hurt losing that to our secondary. One, we have a deep secondary.
Oh,
Two, you just hear about how like low key the guys didn't fuck with him. So it's like, well, I mean, at least our team chemistry, I guess, will get better. So,
I guess.
but at the same time, we've always had a good safety, like a good young safety in Deshaun Elliott, but he's had injury problems.
Yeah.
So now, we'll see what happens. But a couple of them was like a broken leg, like random shit. So, like Chris. So we'll see what happens there. But I feel like it's gonna be him and Jimmy splitting time. We'll figure it out. We're still gonna be good. Anything else on sports?
Bunch of false positives for the NFL. But I think it was just bad testing site.
Yeah,
So-
I heard about that because when they retested, they had none.
77, bro.
Yeah.
That's OD.
Among like 5 or 6 different teams in the same
That
weekend. The
is
Bears,
ridiculous.
The Jets, Washington,
And then
the
all
Bills.
their tests just came back negative. Though,
Yeah.
which that seems super fishy to me too.
Well, I think they were probably always negative. It was just the testing was probably bad. Somebody messed up somewhere. We saw it in the MLB earlier, where they had a bunch of false. The site out in I think Colorado, they had a bunch of false positives. But the thing that's scaring me though, Browns just lost Grant Delpit, and I was really looking forward to seeing Grant Delpit.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Achilles. Yeah, we're gonna, and that's
A
the
lot
thing
of
I was saying.
injuries, man.
We're gonna see a lot. They're ramping up training camp now. They just put on pads this past week. No preseason. Yo, we're gonna see a lot of this in the first week.
Hey, if
2 weeks.
Browns falls to you, draft them.
So,
Already drafted.
What's your team looking like?
I'll show you guys after. It's decent. It's decent. It could be better. I probably could have done better at running back, but other than that, it's pretty solid.
I'm slacking on the fantasy right now, yo. Bro, like I haven't even done a fantasy draft yet.
I want to do one this season. Like I haven't done fantasy in years, but at the same time, still think the season's gonna get canceled.
If this is the season to skip fantasy, this would be the season. To skip fantasy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm dead ass in. Like all three out of my 4 leagues that I did last year were all like, all right, well, what day do y'all want to draft? And niggas is like, all right, we still doing this shit. So, yeah, I guess I'm doing fantasy this year, guys.
All right, so now are we done with sports?
Let's do that. Hey, Miles' Islanders though.
Hey,
advancing and then taking game 1 against the Flyers. Shout out you.
That's right.
All right, there you go.
We fucking lit. Shout out the Islanders. Shout out my son Barry Trotz. We getting to the bag, bro.
How many people in the Islanders do you know?
Don't worry about that, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Nah, talk about wait. I just want to talk about one thing. This is more of a headline than anything.
Maybe we should get that button.
So Usain Bolt got Ronin now.
Yeah.
He had a mass golf party.
He did?
Yeah, he definitely did.
Damn.
I don't know if he had it in Jamaica or if he had it in the States, but that's just mad funny to me.
Oh,
I mean, he gonna be all right, but
bet you he beat it faster than anybody else.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. We've been talking a lot about Jamaica today, but all right, I'm cool.
So on that note, I mean we're pretty much done here.
Yeah.
Follow us at Saratoga Sports on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel Saratoga Sports on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Please, we gotta get those subscriptions up so we can get that real YouTube link. Yeah, and then follow me at Offended Normal on Twitter. Guys.
Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube, please. Lisa Hanna for president. Black Lives Matter.
Was that it?
Nigga, my shit's always short.
Sorry.
Why would you turn the volume up before you did your thing?
Oh, I don't know. But I'm just going to leave with this one thing in terms of Luka.
These white men are dangerous.
Luka and Porzingis. Be warned, Clippers. Be warned.
Oh my God, yo.
Mavs is 6. We out.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion.